Good morning. So today we are looking at this 2000 Rav-4 here. We're going to be identifying the crankshaft and the camshaft position sensors here. Camshaft sensor is going to end up being right here. You get a better look at it through the through that side wheel well there, and then camshaft is going to be down here. Here it is. Now we are going to attempt to hook up the picoscope 2-wire sensor here for the camshaft sensor, so we'll go ahead and do that. So real quick, before we actually hook up the picoscope, we're going to go ahead and test the voltage of the sensor. And since we test AC, I'm going to have to go ahead and fire it up here. So now that we've actually put it on the correct setting, AC voltage for the sensor here, so the vehicle does have to be running. You could probably tell from our previous readings, we're having a little bit of issue with the picoscope here. So we called in the big guns to come fix it. Called in the big guns to come fix it. So in the meantime, we'll run some other tests. So we're now started the vehicle, and we will unplug the sensor while it's running, and we'll see what it does here. So under idle, you unplug the sensor and it will just immediately stall. So we seem to have got the technical difficulties straightened out. Possibly. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it some gas. So now we've actually gone into the circuit itself. We weren't getting a very good reading trying to back probe. And even still, it's not a super good reading.
Guess what?
So we ended up getting a good reading here. We had to pretty much just go into the circuit on the red wire here. We weren't really getting a good connection with the back probing, so we ended up just going straight into the circuit. And you can actually count the teeth here, 35 teeth here, and then obviously the one missing. Now that we can get an accurate reading with the picoscope, we'll go ahead and fire it up and then see what we can get. Change that to 20. So go ahead and give us some gas. So now that we can actually get a good reading here, you can see the voltage change. Go ahead and give us some gas. We will be investigating the crank position, or cam position sensor, sorry. It's this connector right here. 2-wire, blue and yellow. So now we have the crank and cam both hooked up on the picoscope here. So we'll go ahead and fire it up and see what readings we can get.
Alright, so we got our cam sensor connected down there,
and our crankshaft sensor connected, both connected to the picoscope. And as you can see, the green is the crankshaft sensor and the yellow is the cam sensor. You could see that one rotation of the crankshaft, it's got 35 teeth, and then one whole rotation of the camshaft. The camshaft has 3 teeth on there.
Now I am going to hook up the OBD scanner and check for any fault codes that it's thrown from us messing around with the crank and cam sensor. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So as we can see here, it's only throwing one code, P0340, which is going to be the cam position sensor. It's not throwing anything for the crank sensor because realistically, we didn't really mess with that one too much. But the cam sensor we did unplug and plug it in a bunch of times while the vehicle was running. So that's the only code that we have here. So I'll go ahead and clear that out, and then that should wrap this vehicle up.